Welcome everyone to the House of Dre's podcast, episode number one. Last episode was technically zero, so just technically zero is number one. Don't matter. Don't matter. Yes, yes. I'm gonna let y'all read the title a couple times. Let it let that go to your mind real quick. I let that go to your mind real quick. But we are here to answer that question. I am here to answer that question. No, I'm not here to actually answer the question, but I'm here to talk about it. Is Chris Brown top 10 all time? Top 10 and what you're thinking between his R&B, his hip hop and pop music. He does all three. Now they mostly said he's a R&B, he's mostly R&B. So, if he's just mostly R&B, is he top 10 all time in R&B music? Let's go. Let's go. Of course, here on this platform, on this channel, when we talk about certain controversial icons like Chris Brown has with his past, presence, whatever goes on, we don't talk about his what he does in his public life. I mean his private life. We don't care about any of that because that's none of my business. It's none of your business. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Chris Brown's music career. That's all we're here to talk about. So I know because he did, hey, I don't care for any of that. That has nothing to do with his music. Personal, I mean, whatever he does, private life, whatever, that's a whole different subject. We're just looking at Chris Brown, the artist. That's what we're looking at here. So I pull up, this little page or whatever, one of the most successful R&B singers of all time. I definitely agree. Apparently, people started calling him the king of R&B. That's interesting because the last time I heard was the king of R&B was the man that's in prison right now, and that's R. Kelly. So did Chris Brown just overcome R. Kelly now? That is a very interesting thing. 34 years old. He's been around my childhood. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty. The crazy part is I grew up with his music. Sadly, I know. No, it's not sadly. I just grew up with his music. Started getting popular. '05. That's around my teenage years growing up and stuff. So he was literally right there with my generation of of music performances and stuff like that. So he came up around that time. He was young at the time. Came out with the music. Started going crazy with the music. Um, the fan base, crazy fan base. Quite honestly, very popular. Very popular. During that time period, during the mid 2000s and stuff. I think his popularity hit pretty high. In my personal opinion, I think in my personal opinion, especially nowadays, I think the reason why he's still as popular, even more popular, you can argue, is because of social media. Social media plays a factor into um, a lot of things the artist does. So somebody like Chris Brown, who started off in the early 2000s, and he's been able to continue to go through the 2010s. Not only has he continued to go through the 2010s, but he's able to do music with some of the top performing rappers, hip hoppers, other R&B singers, everybody like that. He's able to keep his name afloat up there. He stayed up that way, right? So this off the top of my head, and I can remember that he's done music with. He's done music with T Pain, Lil Wayne, DJ Khaled. He's in songs with, of course, Drake. We know that Drake. He's done songs with Trey Songz. I want to say Trey Songz. He's done some songs with. Um, and he comes out with not only just hits, but popular songs, popular hits. So it's like you can play this now, you can play it in 10 years, you can play it in 15, 20 years. That's what he does. And he just continued to get that fame so he can keep rising to the top. I'm trying to think, when was the last Chris Brown song that I've personally listened to? That was it was him and Drake. What's that song? They was up there doing a rap dance. My sister made me watch it like 100 times, man. And it's like, alrighty, alright. This is a choice for Drake. This is a choice because I don't know what he doing in this video, but the fact that he can continue to do that, continue dropping music even after that and stuff like that. I think that's the latest new ones I want to say. I know him and Lil Dicky got a song together, but I'm not gonna count that because I don't know what year that was. Whenever that Drake video, him and Drake did that song together with the whole Drake trying to dance, and we know he can't dance. He put on an act, so funny stuff or whatever. So we know Chris Brown is. it's like I think he's had that status of you got Chris Brown on your song, you should be on a radio play, right? I think Chris Brown hit the radio play 1000% throughout his entire music career, no nonstop. He's been doing that because he has songs to do that. So he has songs for radio play. He has songs for non-radio play, club play. I guess romance and bed love play. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about all that. But Chris Brown has been around. He's continue pushing out these musics, and it got me sitting up here thinking, has he reached that level? Now, personally for me, personally for me, I can't answer that. And the reason why I'll have to go deep into my bag. To me, the greatest magician, the greatest artist, music wise, of all time, in my personal opinion, is Michael Jackson. No arguments. I don't think. I think Michael Jackson sits on the throne of music altogether. I don't think anybody. There's people who has trying to get there. There's people that's trying to get there. There's people that people would argue is up there too. But I think Michael Jackson sits on the throne of music. I don't like music wise. I think it's Michael Jackson, and then literally everybody else just falls in line. Like, in my personal opinion, I think another person that I think a person that could have rivaled Michael Jackson. I want to say she would have done it, but somebody that can write that would have rival him, but she got killed way too early was Selena. I think the way her popularity was at that time period of her career so early, she didn't even get started good enough yet. In my personal opinion, she was rising to the top. She was coming for that top. She was going to be sitting next to. It was going to be queen and it's going to be king and queen right next to each other. That was, in my personal opinion, because she was young, she was great, she had the fans on lock. Her, of course, she was very likable. Everybody enjoyed her, so it was like she's coming. She's coming for the top of that mountain. Sadly, we never got to see her at her absolute peak of peak. We got to see her rising, but we never got to see her hit like her absolute peak and see what would that look like. Because I think her hitting that level, I'm being dead serious. I think she would have had an argument of being the second greatest artist of all time, in my personal opinion. My personal opinion. But once again, my personal opinion is just my personal opinion. You have your own personal opinion. So Michael Jackson, Selena. After that, I don't know what else you want me to go with. I think, of course, people said we're per genre music, rock, classical music, of course, jazz music. You have metal. You have all this other stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say who's what for every person because I don't listen to everything. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I'm gonna tell you. I think in rap music, I think it's almost, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's almost confirmed, but I'm not 100% sure just yet. I think a lot of people would say it was Tupac. I think a lot of people say it's Tupac because of even at his young age, he was what 24, 25 when he got killed. Once again, another guy that we saw rising and continue to rise. He just never, yeah, he just so we know what happened. We know what happened. So we know that he was rising. I mean, he was continuing rising in his peak of peak. I don't think he even hit his peak and peak, in my personal opinion, because it would have been what would be next after his whole thing with Death Row and stuff, and he went on and kept doing more music, knowing that he was getting the movies and stuff like that. So we don't even know what his peak of peak looked like, in my personal opinion. Like I said, rap music is subjective because it depends on what you enjoy. I think Tupac was up there. I think he was rising up there so far. And then after Pac, you have arguments, right? It's gonna be arguments. It's always gonna be arguments. But in my personal opinion, to put him up there with Michael Jackson and Celine, Pac is up there too, in my personal opinion. And then after that, you can argue. You can argue that for rap music because people can argue Lil Wayne, people can argue Biggie, people can argue Jay Z. I don't know why, but no shades. But people are gonna argue other people. I just look at the popularity, the music that was coming out. Where was he? Is he everywhere? Kind of like that. And I just feel like that's where Pac hit. So here in R&B is very difficult because I think majority of women dominate R&B, right? Women dominates a lot of that. There are males. There's a lot of males out there that do R&B, but in my personal opinion, I think a lot of females dominate the R&B category. Now to be now to be called the king of it, once again, man, it's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of weird and it's kind of crazy. Let's see who else they got kings or queens or something. Because I don't know. I don't know. Uh, let me see. Let's see. They say Elvis was the king of rock and roll. I mean, I guess right. Little Richie is the architect of rock and roll. So that's an argument. Aretha Franklin was the queen of soul. There you go. They said Michael Jackson and Madonna has been associated with the king and queen of pop since the 1980s. Is Madonna the queen of pop? Uh, I would assume so. I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of pop music, so I wouldn't know. Right now, you got Taylor Swift. She's rising. Uh, Beyonce started rising also. So a lot of these people who got very popular over a couple, not even a couple years, is their legacy and domination of music. So quite honestly, that's what I was one. That's the question I still have. Has Chris Brown done enough in his career from the year 2000? Let's go. His first album was 2005. From 2005 to 2023 at this moment, is that sample size enough for you to say, I think he's top 10 now? And if he's not, fine. Is he still top? Is he in your top 15? Is he in your top 20? That's the question I have. So, for the last part of this podcast, this might not be too long of a podcast. I'm just going to go through all the Chris Brown albums. Why? Why not? And I'm going to tell you songs I do know, songs I heard on there because it's a long time. So, of course, his first album was called Chris Brown album. Of course, debut studio album. We're not gonna look at the singles. We're gonna look at the tracking list because that's even better. Of course, Run It. Let me see, you can run it, run it. Yeah, that was that song. Popular radio play, people dancing. Makes sense. Next one, Yo, excuse me, Miss. Popular song. Definitely enjoyed that one. Of course, that was easy to. Of course, that's up there as one of the best. I gotta do something with my nose. Hold up, y'all. But yep, that's up there too. Popular, nice little slow jam song. Slow it down. Give me that. Once again, one of those songs. Hey, uh, poppin'. One of the classics. I'm telling y'all, he got them hits. He got them hits. And we'll stop there for his debut album. So he had like five of them. Say Goodbye. Do I remember that one? Say Goodbye. I feel like I should. I don't remember how it goes though. I don't remember how it goes. But yeah. Next one was called Exclusive. Was the second album, second debut album. He got a little bit older. Just a little bit. It's been 2 years. See, the thing I think that's one of the beauties of doing music, especially for a lot of artists, is they was able to consistently put out music. So he dropped his Chris Brown album, and then five singles. Five singles, you can do that in from a span of freaking January to June, nonstop. You got a single, then bam, here's an album. Five singles, here's the album right here, bam. And then now they on tour, and then roll over to the next year, 2016, '06. You still got stuff playing from your old album. People still bumping your stuff. Now you're dropping new music. Oh crap! And now we're building up to the second album. So now we got songs that was coming out in '06. That's gonna be part of the next album. And the next album drops '07. Once again, four singles, Wall to Wall. I remember that song. A lot of dancing on that song too. Wall to wall. Kiss Kiss, very popular. That Kiss Kiss, I think that one set the my perspective set the middle school on fire on that one. Kiss Kiss, boy, that's my ish. That's my ish right there. With you, yep. And Take You Down. Yep, see that right there. Right there. He knew what he was doing. He was just rolling, dude. I'll be telling y'all when they start going, they roll, it's over with. It's over with. Yep, definitely, definitely. And this is only album two, by the way. This is album number two. This ain't even we ain't even get to. Of course, next third album is called Graffiti. I remember this album because of I can transform ya. I could transform ya. Anything you want, I can do it for you. You're my baby girl. Yeah, see, I know about hey. I was on that. Yep. Uh, I could transform you. Crawl. I remember Crawl. And then throughout the album, actually, I had this album. Yep. I had that album back in '09. Yep, I had that album. I have no idea why I had that album. I just had it. Uh, what I do that had Plies on there. That was my favorite song on the whole album, I believe. I keep cash on man, no black cards. I deal with hood. They, they don't know what that is. I deal with hood broads. Yeah, that's the Plies right there. Hold up. Y'all ain't ready for that. Let me not. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back to the podcast. My fault. Almost. Y'all wasn't ready for all that. Yeah, I think I had this album. Yeah, I had this album. I don't know why I had this album. Was it for that one song? No. Did I have Graffiti? Yeah, I had Graffiti. Or was it Fame? No, I had Graffiti. I don't know why. I only played like 2 songs, 3 songs max. I don't know why I had an entire album for him. No idea. Fun fact. Real quick for me. Fun fact. I believe the very first CD I ever owned was the Yin Yang Twins, United States of Atlanta. I think that was my very first album I ever bought and I ever had. My very first one. I think it went from that one to Fame, not Fame, Graffiti from Chris Brown. And I think it was either that one or it was, well, I had Graffiti too. I also had T Pain's, what was the name of T Pain's album? Oh, Lord. It was a T Pain album. I can't remember the name of it though. It had, hold on, I gotta go back. I have to go take a look real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. I know. I knew Chris Brown. Hey, calm down. I understand. We're T Pain one of the goats too, man. Let me think. The album was Three Rings. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I had the Three Rings album. So I think. Okay, so I had United States of Atlanta from Yin Yang Twins. Three Rings from T Pain. Don't know why, but I had the Graffiti from Chris Brown. I still don't know to this day why. And I think those are the only 3 albums I've ever owned that I ever bought that I actually wanted for whatever reason. I don't know why. After that, I didn't buy any more albums because around them time periods, we hit them burning them CDs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know if you old enough, you know. That's what I started doing around that time period. So it's whatever. Next one is Fame. Fame. That was about 2011. Yeah, 3 times. I don't know about that song. Look at Me Now. High school was jumping when that song came out. Everybody, and I do mean everybody knew that dang on song. Everybody knew the lyrics to it. Ain't nobody can do Busta Rhymes part. I had to practice Busta Rhymes lyrics every single time because I had to get that correctly. Because I said I need to get this man's lyrics down. And I thought in that time period I had it perfectly. Nowadays I struggle with it heavily. You know what didn't make it better? When they had a remix that came out. Some of y'all don't know that. The remix, Trey Songz and Twista jump in the remix. I can't do Twista's verse at all, man. That's just what are we doing here? It's Twista. I was like, okay, bad. But Deuces, hot song. The remix, even better, of course. Look at Me Now. Like I said, we did that. Wet the Bed with Luda. That's my ish. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I didn't think around this time. I think this is probably the last time I was really heavily deep into Chris Brown like that. I think after that, I would just hear certain things. So the next album happens to be Fortune. This is his fifth album. Uh, I don't think I know any of these songs. Let me take a look at the track list. I don't think I need. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. No, no. I don't know any of these songs at all. So I'm like, yeah. So around this time, I was just out the door. Chris Brown, like, and now I'm just a here and there type guy for Chris Brown. This is about 2012. Next one is called X. See, I say that, and then I did do X because uh loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. Yeah, it was 2013. Oh, that's 2013. New Flame was my probably my favorite off the whole album. It was him, I think Usher and Rick Ross, which was a crazy three-headed duo that I don't think we asked for ever. But yeah, New Flame was pretty solid. I definitely enjoyed that one. Uh, yeah, that was pretty much it for X. Next one was Fan of a Fan, the album. I don't know nothing about this one. Oh no, this is with Tiger. We'll just skip that one. Next one is Royalty, which was his seventh album. Uh, is named after his daughter, Royalty Brown. I ain't gonna lie, celebrities do better with the naming, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, do better with the naming. I don't think I've listened to anything from this. No, I ain't listened to anything from this one. Yeah, I was nah. Nah, 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 nah. Heartbreak of a Full Moon was the next one, and this was 2017 ish. I don't know nothing about this. Uh, I don't know any of the songs so far. Taking a look, I'm sorry. So when you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone because I got a. There's a song called Juicy Booty. What are we doing here? Ain't no way he had R. Kelly on this song. He knew what he was doing. That's a setup. Hey, Lil Yachty was out around this time already? Let me see. I don't know nothing about that. Hills and Automobiles. I feel like I should know that song, but I know. Oh, this is a double disc. So they had like 46 songs on here, apparently. There's no way somebody did that many songs. Yeah, I don't know nothing off that. I don't know nothing off that album. I was out of it by then. What's this? Indigo? Indigo was his ninth album. It's about 2019. No Guidance. Is that the Drake? That's yeah. No Guidance. No Guidance is that him and that Drake song. Yeah. I'm here. I'm here. That's the song. So 2019 was the last time I actually uh went. Not actually went, but listened to Chris Brown. 2019 apparently. Yeah, Lee. Yep. No Guidance. 2019. Hey, the way my sister was playing it, I thought it just came out or something. This is a mixtape. Slim and B. I think he had a him and Young Thug, him and whatever. And Breezy was his 10th album. That was 2022, which was last year. I have no idea. Don't look at me for help. I have no idea what any of these songs are. So it ain't me. It ain't me. I was done by then. Like I said, by this time I'm already out the loop. 1111 was the 11th album. Oh, that's clever. I get it. 11. Okay. Hey, we funny. Well, he motherfucker. That's what we is. That's what this is. But this is his last album that just came out this year. It came out November 10th. Oh, it just dropped. Oh, it just dropped. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. And as of this recording and me talking to y'all, I ain't heard nothing from the album. That's how you know I'm out of it. That's what's up. So, despite that, I'm not a Chris Brown hater or a major fan. My question is just simple. Has Chris Brown in his luxurious career, with all the songs he's came out, with all the billboards trending, with all the hits and radio play and social media increase and stuff like that, has Chris Brown, in your personal opinion, top 10 all time in his music? His music is R&B, pop and hip hop. So you can mix the three in together, or you can say just R&B music wise, or you can say just pop music, whatever you want to do. But man, don't do that. R&B. Is Chris Brown officially top 10 all time in R&B? Let me see if I can find a top 10 all time, all time R&B list. Not songs, list. I want to see a list. Uh, the best R&B songs of all time songs. See, this is not what I'm looking for. Here's an old. This is an old one. This is a very old. How old? 2015 old. So this is out of date. R&B artists of all time. They got 35. 35. They said this all time. And I'm gonna see if Chris Brown make this list. Jill Scott was at 34 for this. Oh, this is Billboard, by the way. Maxwell was 33. D'Angelo's 32. Usher's 31. Usher at 31. Oh, I don't know about this list. 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 Erica Badu at 30. I feel like Billboard don't know music. Tina Turner at 29. I mean, I don't know. Should Tina Turner be on this list because is she not rock and roll? I don't think she's. I don't think she. I personally don't think Tina Turner is R&B. I'm pretty sure they were saying she was R&B or rock. I'm not R&B, rock and roll. I'm well, search that. Sam Cooke at 28, Alicia Keys at 27. Uh, I'm skipping some names. Isaac Hayes at 24. Um, Barry White at 23. Patti LaBelle at 22. Okay, now hold up. Beyonce at 21. Is Beyonce R&B? Is Beyonce R&B? I thought she was hip hop, hip hop, pop, R&B. She's not in those categories. She's R&B. I don't know about that, man. Now this list is starting to look scary. Mary J. Blige is at 20. Mm, I'm sorry. I think Beyonce would be over Mary J. Blige. Beyonce has the ultimate beehive, so I don't know about that. Her popularity is ridiculous. I was talking to this one guy at work, and he said he's not really a fan of Beyonce, Taylor Swift, or whatever. I said, yeah. I said, well, Beyonce's popularity with her fans and stuff was ridiculous in her prime. When she was at her peak, they was at their peak. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. When she was at her peak, they was at her peak. I'm just saying. Chaka Khan is at 19. Diana Ross is 18. I'm questioning this list now. Janet Jackson's at 17. Who the fuck is in the top 10? Babyface at 16. Art Kelly at 15. Interesting. Interesting. Luther Vandross at 14. Who's the top 10 now? Hold up. Because I just see a couple names that I would assume be top 10, and they talking about they ain't top 10. I don't know about this Billboard list now. I feel like I reacted to a Billboard list before. Uh, Now the Billboard list is not coming up now because it's too slow. Lonnie Richards is at 12. Who's top 10? Al Green is at 10. Whitney Houston's at 9. Prince is at 8. Oh, I don't know. Never mind. I can't discuss that one. Marvin Gaye's at 7. James Brown is at 6. He's the godfather of soul music. He's not R&B. Does this not negate this entire list? You have a guy who's known for soul music, literally the godfather of soul. Why is he? What in the world? Yeah. Anyway, why is he number 6 on the R&B list? Aretha Franklin at 5. Didn't I say Aretha Franklin already? She's at 5. I thought they already said her. I thought I said her name already. Ray Charles is at 4. That was a spider, by the way. Whoa. Smokey Robinson at 3. Stevie Wonder at 2, and then Michael Jackson at 1. Get me off this list. Get me off of this. Get me off of this. I'm not doing that again, Billboard. Uh, Here's one. Okay. This is one because they got 45 and they at January 27th of this year. Aretha Franklin was already number 1. All right, the Queen of Soul. Are we saying soul and R&B the same thing? Put that in the comment section. Is soul and R&B the same thing now? Whitney Houston at 2, Michael Jackson at 3, the King of Pop is at 3, Usher's at 4. Okay, so this is a whole different list now. See, now this is a whole different list. Donna Summer is at 5. The Queen of Disco. Because she dominated both the R&B charts with her music along with disco. That's why she's on this list. Even though disco dance songs. Questionable. 6 is Mariah Carey. I don't think I would do that. I don't think that. Diana Ross is at 7. Ray Charles is at 8. Tina Turner's at 9. Once again. Okay. They even say it on here, the Queen of Rock and Roll. I'm not crazy. I know music. I'm not tripping. I told y'all she was the Queen of Rock and Roll. So why is she on the R&B list? Man, I can't do these lists because and then Barry White's at 10. It's Chris Brown. You got a Rihanna at 11. Alrighty. Now the weekend is at 13. Okay, hold up now. Hold up. I don't think the weekend could be over James Brown, Mary J. Blige, and Marvin Gaye and all these other people. It's Chris Brown on this list. You got Prince at 17. I don't know about this list. Never mind. This list is kind of cooked. I ain't gonna lie. I told you I know music. When you give people certain titles, you don't sit there and put them in. Oh yeah, hey the king the queen of disco. Hey, she's disco music. What are we doing here? She's not R&B. Just because she dominated in that chart too doesn't mean she's R&B. The king of pop, the queen of rock and roll. What are we doing? Are we being serious right now? Oh look, first time I see Aaliyah on here, the princess of R&B. You see that? That's a name. That's a nickname. The king of soul. I guess we put okay. Okay, I don't think Chris Brown's gonna be on this list. I don't think Chris Brown is on this list at all because I know for 1,000% fact you have Sierra on here. Sierra's not R&B, was she? I don't remember her being R&B. I don't. This list is cooked though. I can tell you right now, this list is cooked. Oh, look, there's Neo. This list is cooked though. I ain't gonna lie. This is a cooked list. I thought we was going somewhere, but was Cisco R&B questionable? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They ain't got Chris Brown on here at all. I guarantee you they got him in hip hop and pop music. I guarantee because he didn't list this list at all. You had the Weeknd on this list. That's so ridiculous. This is a horrible. I have not. So I need somebody. This is what I need in the comment section. Send this on my Twitter at Andre Green 94. Comment section and on Twitter. Give me a legit. I need a legit top 20 R&B artists of all time, and let me know if you would have put Chris Brown in that top 20. I'm assuming they saying soul and R&B is the same thing. Please don't put nobody, the kings and queens of rock and roll and pop music. Don't put them in R&B because clearly that's not the case. I know music. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what we're doing, but y'all let me know down in the comment section. Is Chris Brown top 10 of all time? Who, if he's not, who is in your top 10 of all time R&B? And I will know who you're talking about because, well, not everybody, but I would know if you're being on that BS. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, the king of rock and roll. He's on here. What are we doing? What are we doing? And then if you find an article that's legit, send it on my Twitter at Andre Green 94. That would be much appreciated because Billboard is trash. The one I just looked at, I think was Music Goro, GROTTO. That was a bad list too. That list was cooked. I don't know what we're doing here. That list was cooked. And that's it. That's the end of this podcast. I will catch you guys most likely on Sunday with a new topic. The way this podcast is running is I'm going through old episodes from the very beginning of my podcast from the audio version, and I'm redoing them. Some of them I'm redoing, some of them I'm refreshing them up and creating new ones in general. And we'll see how that works out. All right. Okay. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.